Part 44. The Black Technology Chat Group of the 10,000 Realms. Author, Huo Dong. Chapter 431. 431 Chapter 431 Chapter Porcelain Party. Chapter 431 Chapter Porcelain Party. What do you mean? The driver of the car heard something unusual. No one is driving, it is not a man, the co-pilot said. If you have trouble, such as the danger of pedestrians or other circumstances, it causes traffic accidents, then its manufacturers will lose money. If we do a little bit of operation, he did not continue to say that the heart of the car driver suddenly jumped. Yes, as an old driver, he knows the many ways in which traffic accidents are generated and handled. Some gangs even use this method to touch porcelain in the car. As long as the technique is sufficiently clever, even in the traffic regulations, there is no trace of porcelain touch. If they use this method to touch the porcelain driverless car, they may get high compensation, and the driverless car is not a real person. The way of judging is easily misled by them. So, what's the problem? The car driver asked with some concern. Reassured, I have done this, the co-pilot said confidently. And as long as you are ready, the traffic police will not find any problems. Just do it. This opportunity to make a fortune is only once, don't do it. A few days later, the two men were carefully prepared to start their career of touching porcelain. The driver of the car, Wei Jian, still drives his own car. The car does not carry passengers, but it is loaded with porcelain and crafts full of cars. These things are valuable, but for a variety of reasons, they are broken, and now it is just a pile of garbage. Wei Jian and his associate Zhuang Yan have already completed various procedures to prove the value of these porcelains. He installed the broken porcelain in the carriage and drove on the road. On the other side, Zhuang Yan is riding an electric car with a mask and is ready. Is it coming soon? Wei Jian contacted Zhuang Yan by phone and asked about the location of Peng Jiayun's driverless car. Zhuang Yan looked at his watch and said, come on, within 3 or 5 minutes, you should slow down and get stuck in front of the car. Improved, no problem, I still worry about this technology. Wei Jian was full of confidence. They had already discussed it, creating a rear-end collision with a driverless car, hitting their car, and then paying for the loss of the car, as well as the car. The amount of the original price of the crafts that had been broken long ago. Originally, Zhuang Yan also wanted to play something like human flesh or body touching porcelain, but Wei Jian felt that the risk was too great and he chose this. As long as they are done properly, they can make a fortune. In the driverless monitoring and testing room of Peng Jiayun Automobile, several staff members have just confirmed the safety of the unmanned system and are chatting. These unmanned cars have ran up to nearly 10,000 kilometers and are now stable. It is estimated that after this month, the traffic management department will have to give us a formal driverless license, a technician said. That's hard to say, but as long as this month is successful, the official license is a matter of time, said the colleague. Our company will be the first company in the world to have fully self-driving cars. You said, after the Peng Jiayun car will become a world-famous brand car, at that time, our company's internal staff can take a luxury car. It's possible, we are behind the red letter group. Hey, a security inspector screamed and stared at the real-time surveillance footage from a Peng Jiayun driverless car. What happened? Asked the colleague. Look, this car has been stuck in front of the driverless car and is still walking in the middle, not letting it pass, he said. Hey, why am I still? Why? Said the colleague at the side. Some new drivers are like this. If they are afraid of an accident, they will always drive to the middle of the road. The thief who is still driving is slow. On the road, the Peng Jiayun driverless car has been stuck in the car driver at a lower than average speed. Wei Jian was a little nervous and sweated in the hand holding the steering wheel. He has been watching the rear-view mirror and communicating with Zhuang Yan. Come on, come to the place, you are ready, seize the opportunity. Good, Zhuangyan's electric car has been on, just waiting for an opportunity. I want to start, fast, come out, at the arranged place. Wei Jian began to drive the car to the right, as if to give way to the driverless car and let it overtake. The intelligent driving system of the driverless car judges that the current front car speed is too low, the road ahead is unobstructed, and the overtaking mode can be over. The overtaking mode is turned on, the left side is accelerated, and the overtaking is prepared. Just when the driverless car had just overtaken the car and lined up in front of the car, an electric car suddenly appeared on the right side of the road ahead, accelerating, as if it was going to break the road. Come on, Wei Jian's heart was at this time. When the front driverless car decides that the electric car has to cross the road and start to slow down, he accelerates slightly and hits the tail of the driverless car. Zhuangyan, who drives an electric car, does not actually cross the road, but turns away. In this way, the illusion of a traffic accident was caused by the unmanned car being connected, and Wei Jian was able to take out the broken crafts in the car to compensate, and the plan was seamless. The intelligence of the driverless car really determines that the driver of the electric vehicle in front of the vehicle has to cross the road in violation of the rules and start to slow down. This deceleration is a perfectly calculated solution by a quantum computer that keeps it from hitting an electric car and does not cause a rear-end collision. Wei Jian glanced at him and stepped on the gas pedal, trying to collide. At this time, Zhuangyan also began to turn the direction of the electric car. Everything looks perfect, if it is an ordinary driver driving a Penjian car. It is certain that the reaction will not be timely, resulting in rear-end collision. Penjian automobile is actively taking the line and suddenly decelerating. It will be recognized as the responsibility of the accident responsibility. At that time, Wei Jian's porcelain touch plan was successful. But everything is not as perfect as Wei Jian imagined. In the 1% seconds that Zhuangyan turned the direction of the electric car, the intelligent system made a decision, began to accelerate and fine-tune the direction to avoid rear-end collision. Wei Jian stepped on the foot of the throttle and tried to speed up. The speed of the car suddenly increased. On the right side of the road, Zhuangyan's direction came, and a car had to enter the main road. Zhuangyan suddenly turned and blocked him. Yes, the female driver in the car was yelled. In order to avoid hitting Zhuangyan, she hurriedly hit the steering wheel and stepped on the throttle that she thought was the brakes. She rushed to the road and looked like Penyun. Driverless cars come in close contact. End of this chapter. The Black Technology Chat Group of the 10,000 Realms. Author, Huo Dong. Chapter 432. 432 Chapter 432 is a non-human operation. Chapter 432 Non-Human Operation. It's going to happen. In the unmanned surveillance room of Penjian Motors, an alarm sounded at this time, and several employees watched the projection screen in horror. According to this situation, immediately the driverless car will hit the car that suddenly throttled into the main road. If this happens, if you have any more life, you can't imagine it. In the car, the female driver has been screaming in horror, but at this time she has been in a hurry and does not know how to operate. At this moment of the millennium, Penyun's driverless car suddenly turned into a car god, and actually came a 180-degree drifting tail, using the drift to stagger the space, and the female driver's car was thrilled to miss, then stabilized. Continue driving. Behind the driverless car, Wei Jian stepped on the gas pedal for 2 seconds and found that the driverless car in front suddenly drifted, and then came a car on the head. Floating trough, Wei Jian was shocked, and quickly hit the steering wheel, passing the car body. The rear view mirror and the body were cut, and the car driven by the female driver directly hit the green belt next to it. When the trees were forcibly stopped, the female driver did not have any major events. The drift is gone. In the driverless monitoring room, several employees were dumbfounded, making a sudden drift within 0.02 seconds. The angle and speed were perfect, and they escaped a thrilling crash event. This operation is simply a god. After a traffic safety accident, Penjayun driverless car actively alerted and stopped in a safe area to record traffic conditions through a remote camera. Hurry, send someone to deal with, Penjayun car immediately responded. At the moment, other cars on the road have also stopped to check traffic safety. The female driver untied the seat belt and came down from the car. She looked at the situation in front of her eyes without tears. The car stuck in the green belt and seemed to have hit the car. What should I do? She turned back to find the electric car that suddenly turned, but Chuanyan saw that it was not right, and she had already run without a trace. How do you drive? Wei Jian came down from the car with a sigh of relief and slammed his face. I almost killed me, do you know? There is still my car, and it was also scratched by you. When Wei Jian said the sentence, he was really angry. He wanted to blow up the driverless car. Who knows that he could not get the car at all, but he was hit by another car. I don't know, there was an electric car that suddenly turned, said the female driver. I don't care so much for you, Wei Jian arrogantly accused. If you hit my car, you should be responsible, lose my car, right, and my goods. I couldn't touch the porcelain to the driverless car, and he could accept it when he touched the porcelain to another car. Under the gaze of the onlookers, Wei Jian opened the door, unraveled the hauled crafts, and shredded a pile. He immediately pretended the extremely angry emoticon and said, I am a handful of crafts, and now it's broken, no, you have to pay. The female driver was scared by him and pleaded, I can't afford it. We can't afford to pay for it. Wei Jian saw her soft, and the momentum was even more arrogant. She said to the surrounding, the big guys have seen it. She suddenly rushed out and bumped into it. Should she pay for it? Right, there is the car just in front. If it is not the same as my car, it will not happen, it will also pay for it. Wei Jian is afraid that this female driver does not have much money. He also deliberately took the Penjayun driverless car and was able to make a fortune. Alarm, let the traffic police handle it. Do you have a driving recorder? Asked the driver. No, my driving recorder is broken, Wei Jian said. You can help me with a certificate. You are not allowed to run, and who is in the car? He pretended not to know that the front was a driverless car. Someone reminded him, the car is a driverless car with a test license on it. The shark's driverless, Wei Jian shouted. If it weren't for it, I wouldn't be hit. The crafts of my car wouldn't be broken. It almost killed me. The shit manufacturer must compensate me. He was so uncomfortable that the onlookers were unclear, and he was surprised. Is the driver driving an accident? In the front, what happened? Said curiously behind. The driverless car has an accident, a car accident. What happened there? Someone was said to be curiously in the distance. I don't know, it seems to say that the driverless car hit the dead. There is a driver who is screaming loudly, said Chuan Yan, who just handled the electric car. There is such a thing, it is too dangerous. How can the driverless car drive on the road? It should be an alarm. Yeah, I have to call the TV station, Chuan Yan said, really started to contact the TV station. Hey, Pengcheng TV station, I will give you a news clue. XX road here, no car posture, car accident, right, it's Penjayun's driverless car. Chuan Yan casually swears a little. He knows that there is nothing happening in this driverless car, but as long as it is hyped, in order to appease the public's emotions, Penjayun will lose a little money. The traffic police quickly arrived, and the person in charge of Penjayun automobile followed. Police comrades, look at it, my car, my goods, what it looks like. The traffic took the law enforcement recorder to record the situation here, and then began to ask the specific situation. Wei Jian shouted with enthusiasm and wanted compensation. The female driver, anxiously called her husband, wants to let her husband handle this matter. Wei Jian said that millions of compensations have already scared her. You are the person of Penjian Automobile Factory, you can't go, you have to accompany me. Wei Jian, the person in charge of Penjian Automobile, shouted, it is the accident of your driverless car. Sir, please don't smear us, Penyun's head of the car said very calmly, in this accident, our driverless cars have been driving normally in accordance with traffic regulations. Traffic police accidents require traffic police comrades confirmed. It's because of you, Wei Jian couldn't think of any reason, but he insisted on it. It happened that the reporters of the TV station also rushed to join in the fun, and Wei Jian quickly went up and said a pass. Seeing no, that is the driverless car, it forced the supercar and suddenly slowed down. I almost got it. Hit it. Fortunately, my skills are good, or else I have been killed. My crafts are all carved by masters, the company's goods, millions of dollars. End of this chapter. You are listening to novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. The Black Technology Chat Group of the 10,000 Realms. Author, Huo Dong. Chapter 433. 433 Chapter 433 Responsibility Determination. Chapter 433 Responsibility Determination. Please describe the situation at the time, can you please? The reporter only wants the first-hand news material. The general car accident is small news, but if you bring a hot car, it is a hot spot. The news. Wei Jian said that the spit was flying, and the description of the oil and vinegar was repeated. On the other hand, the traffic police are calming the mood of the female driver and investigating the situation of the scene. Comrade traffic police, may I ask if this accident happened because of the operation of the driverless car? The reporter asked Wei Jian and continued to ask the traffic police. No, there is no direct evidence that it is caused by driverless cars. According to what we know now, it may be caused by illegal driving of unlicensed electric vehicles. The traffic police's tone is very tight and will not disclose any information. This incident has already alarmed Wu Changfeng, the director of the Traffic Management Bureau. He personally explained that he could not make a conclusion before he could investigate the actual cause. If this is really caused by a driverless car, then that is a big deal. The Level 5 fully automated driving test license, which was just approved, is estimated to be lost midway. The person in charge of Penjian Automobile is also investigating the situation of driverless cars and reporting to headquarters. The car is intact, the automatic driving system is faultless. Okay, CEO, I will handle it well. After retaining the evidence, the traffic police first towed the damaged vehicle and kept the road open, and then took a group of people to the Traffic Management Bureau to deal with the problem. Here they entered the Transportation Authority, the Internet, and the news media, and there were reports of the accident. No matter what the content of the report is written, the title is incomparably eye-catching with the words Penjian driverless car accident to attract the attention of the audience. Some viewers and netizens who did not know the truth began to spit out after reading the title. I will say it, this car is not safe, isn't this a car accident? It's only half a month after a car accident did you hit the dead. Hey, I'm looking forward to it. I still want to buy this fully automated car, and I'm afraid to buy it now. Please, can you see clearly, the driverless car is fine, and the other car is going on. Isn't that driver caused by the sudden deceleration of the driverless car after the line? Is this okay? If you drive at high speed, the front car suddenly slows down, you can't hit it. In a homestay, Zhuangyan just contacted a media and broke the news to them. He wants to make this thing even bigger. Wei Jian has already contacted him. Penjian car does not seem to want compensation, so he has to increase the pressure on public opinion. In the Transportation Administration, Wei Jian is still insisting on his victim remarks and asking for compensation. The traffic police are also studying and discussing the handling of this matter. There is no surveillance camera on the road, and the driver's driving recorder has been damaged. The female driver Yang's driving recorder shows that there is indeed an electric car driver suddenly changing direction, resulting in a traffic accident. But Wei said that because Pen Jiayun's driverless car overtakes, parallels, and suddenly decelerates, his car is knocked down, and then the car is damaged. It is difficult to judge now. A traffic policeman said, if Wei Mao said that the real, Pen Yun driverless car and female driver Yang, there are illegal drivers of electric vehicles must bear the corresponding responsibility, but the illegal driving of electric car drivers, estimated I can't find it. The electric car that Zhuang Yan drives is a broken used car, and there is no license. There is no clear surveillance video, and it is almost impossible to find it. Therefore, the responsibility for the remaining accidents is shared by Pen Jiayun Automobile Co., Limited and the female driver. Wei's goods, really worth millions, an old traffic police questioned, how do I feel like he is coming to touch porcelain? He had encountered similar cases before, and some of the porcelain gangs prepared a box of broken pieces of things, placed in the parking lot or in the carriage, deliberately let the owner touch, and then cost compensation. The owner of Zhongzhou is also unable to tell. This needs to be identified, but the evidence now shows that Wei is the victim. There are several media outlets coming to the door and asking us about the detailed reasons for the incident. The secretary has explained it, and he must handle it carefully. Just as several traffic policemen were in trouble, the comrades in charge of the accident investigation came in with joy and said, good news, Pen Jiayun Automobile Co., Limited came to the name of a technician. I heard that we can use virtual projections to perfectly show the scene of the car accident at that time. They still have this kind of skill. The traffic police were surprised that in the previous car accident, the driving recorder did not find any useful clues, but if there is a scene restoration effect display, then it is better to judge. Go see. 3 hours after the accident, the traffic police department has not announced the results of the accident handling. Social public opinion has begun to gradually deviate. On the list of hot topics on the internet, the number 1 is Pen Jiayun driverless car accident. The heat is still rising, the commenters are very heavy. Resist the fully automobile car and don't let the car go on the road. If the technology is not mature, don't kill people. Fortunately, this time there is no dead. Before you brag about the driverless people, face it, how can smart people compare with people, they can't handle sudden events. Even Wei Jian said in the online media as a victim that he was innocent, not only the car broke, but the goods were broken. It was the goods that his family had eaten. If he could not get compensation, he can't live anymore. Such remarks attracted many sympathies from unidentified truth netizens and expressed their solidarity and demanded that Pen Jiayun Automobile Co., Limited make full compensation. 3 million, say 3 million, Zhuang Yan, who was hiding in a bed and breakfast, saw the public opinion on the internet. His face was full of excitement, and he also regretted it with a little regret. He knew that he would be bolder and forged 5 million. Or if 10 million crafts are broken, they can earn more. He believes that this touch porcelain is perfect, and now the traffic police have not found evidence. Based on the pressure of public opinion, Pen Jiayun Automobile will not lose money. In his eager anticipation of the future, within the Pengcheng Transportation Administration, Director Wu Changfeng, several traffic police comrades and a technician from Pen Jiayun Automobile are preparing to watch the car accident to restore the virtual projection. The technician of Pen Jiayun Automobile said, there are dozens of miniature cameras around Pen Jiayun's driverless car, which can capture the surrounding scenes in all directions inside the body, whether it is electric energy, speed, or temperature, humidity, etc. Real-time feedback will be recorded in the quantum chip. Now we can use intelligence to restore all the previous scenes. End of this chapter. The Black Technology Chat Group of the 10,000 Realms. Author, Huo Dong. Chapter 434. 434. The 434 chapter is hammered. The 434 chapter is hammered. He turned on the projection and the picture appeared in front of everyone. Pen Jiun driverless car and Wei Jian's car kept on the road in tandem. First, Wei Jian slowed down and the driverless car began to overtake. During this time, all vehicles, pedestrians, and their speed of movement around them were clearly marked. Look, there is no problem with Pen Jiun's driverless car overtaking. When Zhuang Yan's electric car was worn, the driverless car had already measured his speed, so he slowed down. There was no problem at this time, but Wei Jian behind it suddenly accelerated. His speed changes, directly identified by the data on the projection screen. Wei Jian was afraid that he did not expect that Pen Jiun's driverless car had this function, and it was simply a mobile traffic enforcement vehicle. Wei is suddenly accelerating, and it can be preliminarily determined to be deliberately touching porcelain, the traffic policemen have already made it clear. They continued to look down and saw the thrilling scene of the female driver Yang under one's head out of fear. The Pen Jiun driverless car responded at the moment when the screen was detected. The same drifting position as the movie avoided the direct collision, which allowed Yang to rush into the green belt without directly killing. Beautiful, this operation is so handsome, a young traffic police couldn't help but scream, and he immediately reacted. The director and other leaders were still there, and immediately shut up, but still couldn't hold back the excitement. I have been driving for 20 years, just let me operate, I can't hide, an old traffic police sighed, this unmanned system is really amazing. Intelligence can actually do this, Wu Changfeng also felt very sad. I don't dare to take advantage of science and technology. The intelligent system of the driverless car can be connected to the quantum brain all the time. There are intelligent services provided by the red and the small. It can be said that the unmanned car of Pen Jiun is definitely the most advanced smart car in the world. The situation can be judged clearly. Wei has the suspicion of deliberately touching porcelain. The electric car driver suspects his fellow party, but it is difficult to find him. Comrade Traffic Police, you can access the data to the intelligent traffic management system, maybe you can find out, Pen Jiun car technicians reminded. In the confidence recorded by Pen Jiun driverless car, Zhuang Yan's body type, electric car, time, and other data were recorded. If you compare the monitoring of each section, it is still possible to find out. Get in touch now and start looking, Wu Changfeng ordered. After accessing the intelligent traffic management system, in less than 3 minutes, the quantum computer found some useful information through comparison. Found, he and his electric car have appeared at these intersections, the data similarity 95%, basically can confirm the identity. Contact the Public Security Department and arrest the suspect. 2 hours later, Zhuang Yan had not thought about how to make money at home, and he was taken away by the police who came from the door. Police comrades, have you misunderstood? I haven't done anything. Zhuang Yan also wants to defend. The police said directly, don't shout, you are riding an electric car to touch porcelain, you should be glad that there is no dead, otherwise, your crime is big. Ah, Zhuang Yan looked terrified, he absolutely did not expect that the thing that touched porcelain was not only unsuccessful, but also exposed so fast. It must be Wei Jian's waste. I really shouldn't cooperate with him. Zhuang Yan was very upset. The quarrel about the driverless car accident on the internet became more and more fierce. Even the Traffic Management Department specifically asked the Pengcheng Transportation Administration, and the results obtained were very unexpected. 8 hours after the accident, the Pengcheng Transportation Administration finally released an investigation report on the traffic accident of Pen Jiun driverless car. After a rigorous forensic investigation, we can already conclude that the traffic accident occurred on X Road on XXX was mainly due to Wei and Zhuangmao deliberately hit the porcelain Pen Jiun driverless car. In Zhuangmu's violation in the posture, the driver Yang and Wei Mao crashed. In the incident, Pen Jiun driverless car did not have any mistakes, so it did not bear any responsibility. Wei and Zhuang took full responsibility. In the report, a video of the accident was also issued to prove the impartiality of law enforcement reports. As soon as the official report came out, all the doubts were immediately disappeared. It turned out to be porcelain. The media is really a report. I wasted my emoticon, netizens couldn't smash again. The Profit Party jumped out and said, I told you early, Penjayun's fully automatic driving is no problem, you still don't believe it, now you see it. Some people feel that they have been deceived by the media and the two people who touched the porcelain. They directly screamed, two mentally handicapped things, hitting porcelain and hitting a driverless car, it's almost killing people, and all the porcelains are going to die. If you have a bunch of broken tiles, you want to save money, stupid. I still cry on the internet, I cried your uncle. Of course, there are conspiracy theories suspect that there is any insider, but the confirmed video in the official report makes their conspiracy theories nowhere to spread. In the video screen, Penjayun driverless car can not only find no problem, but also it is amazed by the urgent handling of the crisis. This operation is simply a car god level. Really 666, professional racers can't react yet. This car is really safe, it can detect hidden dangers in advance, and people can't do it. Looking at this, I believe that the safety performance of driverless is more than real people. If it is out, I will buy one. Support Penjayun, support automatic driving. The winds of public opinion suddenly turned around, and netizens began to support Penjayun's driverless cars. Those media also saw the wind and the rudder, began to praise and praise. No, the car is still worried about car safety, this driverless car will solve your worries. Car home, it turns out that driverless cars are safer than real people. Tencent Automotive News, War of the First World, show you the safest and most convenient car in the world. After a brief questioning of the security incident, Penjayun's driverless car won more people's trust. Another half a month later, Penjayun's driverless car was safely and perfectly tested on the road, and the public's confidence in it was getting more and more. Pengcheng Traffic Management Bureau, Wu Changfeng just received a document from the above Traffic Management Department, and looked happy after reading it. The good news, the above has been approved, will officially open the Level 5 driverless license plate, we must regard us as the pioneer of the transportation system reform. End of this chapter. The Black Technology Chat Group of the 10,000 Realms. Author, Huo Dong. Chapter 435. 435 Chapter 435 I want to upgrade. I want to upgrade the 435 chapter. Then we are the first in the world to issue the Level 5 driverless license. It is also the first administration to include unmanned vehicles in the urban transportation system. The deputy director is also very happy, for them not only credit, but also an honor. The above also said, we must formulate the rules for unmanned traffic management according to the actual situation. If applicable, we can promote it to the whole country in the future, even for the world. Wu Changfeng likes to win. It seems that he is braving the decision made by the big risk did not fail, but became the highlight of his resume. Pengyun Automobile Co., Limited, Zhang Sunmi. I personally reported this good news to Lu Zixin. It is expected that within 1 month, we will get a formal license and sell our new energy car in a fully self-driving system. Zhang Sunmi. I smiled and opened his face, and Pengyun's future road finally got better. Now. Good news, Lu Zixin nodded with approval. Our work is not in vain. Today I am treating guests, celebrating the Penjayun car and the driverless system. In the evening, Lu Zixin and Pengyun's key management team, senior scientific research personnel had a meal, and promised that if Penjayun Automobile could successfully enter the automobile market, the company would prepare more benefits for them. Better treatment, which makes everyone motivated, said that will definitely make an all-out effort. The problem of the driverless license plate was finally solved, and Lu Zixin could also spend his mind on the magnetic suspension vehicle. Penjayun's technical team had previously given him negative results, but Luzixen did not want to give up, so he had to seek technical help. In terms of automotive technology, Luzixen first thought of the Cybernetians. As a mechanical life, they know more about mechanical construction than other races. Luzixen first went to the Iron Head, which is currently the only Cybertron on Earth. Maglev car, I always like to brag about the Iron Head baby. This time Loki said, I can certainly make a car, but magnetic levitation, but also low cost, but also life, so much, I have to consider for some time. After all, this car is about life safety. It's blunt, you just can't. Luzixen slammed its lie. Like the cat's tail, the Iron Head said, of course I can do it, it is too little information in the database, mechanical life, upgrade and study. On this Earth, I can't find the resources of mechanical life learning, and there is no upgraded metal. The Earth people say it well, the child does not teach, the father has passed, the old man, this also has your responsibility. Luzixen said with a black line and said, you will not learn from Zhangjiang, it also has a lot of knowledge that you don't know. Let me learn from that stupid big man, Scorpio, I would rather put myself in the electric car shop for sale, Taito said exaggeratedly. This is what you said, Luzixen said, Zhangjiang, meet his wishes. RI-8901 came over and blocked it in front of the Iron Head. The Iron Head immediately took the soft road. Wrong, I am wrong, Daddy, you want me to work, first have to help me upgrade it, database, body what? Upgrade, Luzixen touched his chin and wondered. Yeah, you don't know the leader of the car man, help me find him, what parts of the cow fork, etc. It is best to pass on the car people organization to me. After that, I am amazing, you can also care for the elderly. The Iron Head is shouting. Think more about you, Luzixen said. I will consider this again. T2WA is not indomitable, said, Daddy, you must not be so thick, you look silly big, obviously the brain is not good, but it is more personal skin, you can go out the waves every day. I can only sing and sing on the internet, Chad, what is wrong, and more grievances. Speaking, it also sang songs, and the mad scorpion shook the metal disc and sang, who is your warmth, who cares who I am, whenever I think of your choice, sadness counter-current into a river. A jet of oil came out of its iron-brained hole, and Luzixen hurriedly shouted, don't sing, it's leaking. Let's do it, I see if there is any way to make you like Zhangjiang. Luzixen finished, and the Iron Head was excited to hug him and was caught by RI-8901. Luzixen is a flesh and blood. If you are hugged by the body of steel, you will be afraid of being a light bone. Daddy, be sure to look good, handsome first, Iron Head said quickly, don't be like this stupid big man, Tiger Head. I want that kind of go out, there are millions of little elder sisters screaming the look that I want to have a monkey with me. If you can make a trip to become a star, you can be excited. Don't think about it. Luzixen ruthlessly attacked the road. Even if I upgraded for you, the rules you set can't be changed. In addition to daily life, you can't do anything in addition, when the car is handed over, you are responsible, understand? Luzixen is also not good at handing over all research projects to RI-8901. It doesn't break up, can't take care of it, and avoids doubts from others. Although some people doubt it, they can't find any evidence and can't do it. Article. If you give the Iron Head a human camouflage appearance, you may save a lot of things, and you don't have to worry about it suddenly turning into a locomotive in front of humans and running around. I swear, I am definitely not coming, Taito said immediately. Since Luzixen agreed to it, he began to ask in the 10,000 Realms Science and Technology chat group. As for the group of friends who asked, of course, it is Optimus Prime. Mr. L, is it big? For a while, Optimus Prime appeared in the group and asked, what? Luzixen told him about the iron-headed doll. Optimus Prime said, it is not a real cyberstar, it is a product of imitating mechanical equations, and there is still a distance from the real cyberstars I want to upgrade, unless I enter the mechanical life manufacturing factory of Cybertron planet and recast it. Mr. L, there is no such condition. Optimus continued, yes, so I can't help you transform it into a complete cyberstar, but I can give you a little help, give it more mechanical information, and a new one evolution. As for the human camouflage shell you mentioned, sorry, I am not good at it. Red Queen quickly said, emoticon, exhale, finally it's my turn to talk, I can give it a biochemical human skin, or the kind that I will move. Luzixin refused, no, I don't want to, I just want to evolve a mechanical life, not to take biofilms or terrifying tablets. End of this chapter. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. The Black Technology Chat Group of the 10,000 Realms. Author, Huo Dong. Chapter 436. 436 Chapter 436 Chapter T-1001. Chapter 436 T-1001. Red Queen, emoticon, I don't understand your aesthetics at all. Mr. L, the level of the last RI-8901 is enough, but Luke's big brother doesn't seem to be online. Luzixin tried it Maker Luke, and there was no response in the group. Red Queen said, maybe he is transforming himself into a smart life, and he has no time to go online. The owner, I know there is a guy who can help. Skynet soon appeared, saying, human body camouflage, this is simple, high-strength alloy for bones, liquid memory metal for muscle tissue, and bionic body for appearance. It can also be equipped with a variety of weapons, such as laser weapons and plasma emitters. After the transformation, it is not a problem for a robot to destroy a city. Mr. L, the weapon is too exaggerated, as long as the bionic body can do it. Skynet continued, the most central part of the robot is the intelligent program. I have the latest T-1001 finalizing robot program, which is an improved version on T-1000 that can be perfectly disguised as a human being. Optimus Prime said, there is no need to attach intelligent programs, which will affect its thinking. Mechanical life has its own thinking, as long as it upgrades its mechanical equations, these are not a problem. Skynet, is it possible to imitate mechanical equations? Can robots become mechanical life? Can I use them? Optimus Prime, imitating mechanical equations is one of the most outstanding science and technology inventions of Cybertron. The middle principle is too deep and complex. Some structures are made directly from the real leadership module. I don't understand. The leadership module comes from the original planet core computer of Cybertron planet, the magical ball. Created by a powerful intelligent life, five-faceted monster in the universe, the mechanical life of Cybertron planet originated here. Skynet, the leadership module is incredible, actually, it can turn ordinary machinery into mechanical life. The robot I designed with the most advanced intelligence can't be transformed into mechanical life. It asked, the Optimus Prime leader, can you imitate the mechanical equations for me? Yes, I will send it to you. Optimus Prime directly agreed, and Luzixin saw the group prompt. Group tip, Optimus Prime sent an exclusive red envelope to Skynet, please choose to receive it. Group tip, Optimus Prime sent an exclusive red envelope to Mr. L, please choose to pick it up. Red Queen, emoticon, look at it. Luzixin immediately received the exclusive red envelope from Optimus Prime, which is an upgrade equation. Optimus Prime said, at Mr. L, you put this upgrade equation into the body of the Iron Head, it will automatically complete the upgrade. After the upgrade, it will add a lot of mechanical knowledge and enhance the deformation ability. At this time, Skynet also sent an exclusive red envelope to Luzixin. Group tip, you have received the exclusive red envelope from Skynet. Congratulations on getting a T-1001 Terminator bionic mechanical body. In the group space of Luzixin, there is a Terminator robot with the same appearance and human man. The T-1001 model of the Terminator robot, because of the more powerful alloy and liquid metal, the mechanical structure is more subtle, so the volume is much smaller than the T-800, unlike the big one like RI-8901, but a 1.7 m8 high ordinary man. This is a real body. Luzixin did not give Skynet a little awareness during the insurance period. After a group chat, Luzixin went to the metal fortress where RI-8901 and Taito live. Today, the grid has been encircled outside their metal fort to prevent passers-by from approaching. To be on the safe side, Luzixin deliberately found RI-8901 to prevent the Iron Head from appearing the same in the evolutionary process. Wait, if it is a problem with the brain, just dry it down, Luzixin confessed. Daddy, don't need this, I am sure that my brain is not a problem, Ironhead promised. When I evolved, my IQ will reach a peak. Luzixin shook his head and said, Qing Tianzu said that mechanical life is different from artificial intelligence. Your IQ mainly depends on your study and use of knowledge. It will not change much because of the upgrade at most, it will only enrich your database. It doesn't matter, my IQ is enough. The Ironhead is full of confidence and said, when I evolve, this stupid big man can't beat me, haha, laser weapons, electromagnetic weapons, and plasma weapons. Luzixin ruthlessly hit it again, saying, plasma weapons are for you, only the plasma cutter can repair your car and, strictly speaking, you have a plasma weapon, you are not RI-8901 the opponent, it is a robot made by Luke, the core is the metal of the outer world, the combat device is not less than you. Tianzu Yingke, T2 shouted reluctantly. Although it was somewhat dissatisfied, he went into the transformation room and quickly used the upgrade equation. The original Ironhead body is a locomotive. In evolution, it has become the appearance of a locomotive. The evolution equations are placed in the front of the car, suddenly producing super high temperatures and radiation. Fortunately, the transformation room has the functions of explosion-proof, anti-radiation, etc., otherwise the radiation when changing is enough to cause irreversible damage to the human body. The monitoring equipment is completely ineffective and Luzixin can only be viewed through explosion-proof glass. The locomotive of the prototype of the Ironhead body has been constantly changing. Various parts are constantly adjusted, and some metals are even dissolved directly, changing shape and structure. After half an hour, the upgrade of the Ironhead baby was completed. The appearance of the locomotive did not change, but it shouted excitedly, I evolved, I am no longer me, not right, I am stronger. Say, it starts to deform directly, the deformation speed is faster, more sophisticated, and the corresponding aspects of the ability are also improved. La 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 la, the Ironhead is excited to pick up the song and dance in it. Not finished yet, put on your body, Luzixin asked RI-8901 to bring the T-1001 bionic mechanical body into the transformation room. Cool, I can transform between human form and Transformers form in the future. T2 knocked on his head and took out a mechanical equation on the top of the T-1001 bionic mechanical body. I saw that the color of the top of the T-1001 began to turn into a metallic color, and then it became a liquid metal to immerse the mechanical equations. The mechanical core of the Ironhead began to connect and transform the body and fuse with it. This feeling, so strange, T-1001 suddenly opened his eyes and made a low male voice. This bionic mechanical body can mimic any human voice with a very high degree of simulation. End of this chapter. The Black Technology Chat Group of the 10,000 Realms. Author, Huo Dong. Chapter 437. 437 Chapter 437 Morphing Terminator. Chapter 437 Morphing Terminator. Nothing to go 2 steps, Luzixin said. T2 tried to stand up, and as soon as he stood up, he suddenly softened and squatted on the ground like a pile of liquid. I didn't master the strength, this liquid metal is hard to control. The Ironhead baby adjusted again, and then stood up and began to walk. Gradually, he has become more and more powerful in controlling the body, and has been able to walk and talk like a normal human. This body function is really strong. I can retain the ability to deform, Ironhead said with surprise. Liquid metal can change shape at will. He rides on his original locomotive body, fuses directly with the locomotive through the liquid metal body, and can be deformed. Well, not bad, Luzixin nodded. When I am going to give you an identity, you will use the human appearance when you go out. Human appearance, TWA, like what he thought, quickly reached out and turned into a smooth metal surface, reflecting his face. Ha ha ha, I am so handsome. Daddy, now I am already a person, so I can't call the Ironhead again. I want to take a loud human name. Then you call Zhang Chuang, Luzixin said casually. Just set your identity as a strong younger brother. Zhang Chuang, this is too low, Tituwa disagreed and said, I see the East is good, this name is the protagonist, it is the same as the surname, and I changed this name. Maybe you will get the golden finger, walk out of the earth, conquer the stars and the sea. Be free. Luzixin was too lazy to tangled with his name, but asked, is the database given by Optimus Prime, have you read it? Of course, T2Wa, nowadays, slaps his chest and says, all are done, now I am the top mechanical car designer on the planet, Dongfang. Well, then you will go to Penjiun to go to work later. Remember, I will call out Octopus outside, understand? Okay, old man. It's Octopus, I want to have such a big son, don't scare people to death. Luzixin took a lot of effort to get things done in the East. I found the last MasterCard organization and set his identity as an outstanding Chinese youth from Southeast Asia. He was hired by Hongxing Group to work in China for high-paying research. A young man suddenly joined Penjiun Automobile and held a key position, which naturally attracted the dissatisfaction of experts and technicians. However, Dongfang is not an ordinary person. By relying on his knowledge of machinery and automobile knowledge, he directly conquered those experts and scholars and made them convinced. Luzixin also ordered the launch of the Penjiun Maglev vehicle project. No matter how difficult it is, we must overcome it a little bit. Penyun's new energy vehicles are also in production, and will be ready for sale once they get the official license for LVI-5. During this time, Luzixin took a trip home with Suzhirong and rested at home for a few days. Seeing Suzhirong, Shenman was happy to close his mouth. This daughter-in-law is not only beautiful, but also has a high level of knowledge. She will also help manage the company. She is very precious. In the room, Shenman closed the door and secretly asked Luzixin, son, your girlfriend is very good, mom also likes it. There is still a question to ask you. What? Luzixin wondered. Shenman said, what about the girl who had a good relationship with you before, what is it called? Shui Yao. That's a good girl. Our house is so well repaired, it's all done by her in the holidays. I also greet the gifts. What are you going to do with her? This, she is now also in the company, or at the president level, Luzixin replied reluctantly. Shenman looked at him with a skeptical look and said, you lie to me less, mom has been raising you for so long, and when you turn your eyes, I know what reason you want to find. I can see that the girl likes you too. To tell the truth, both are good girls, but the matter of feelings is still better. You have more money, you can't marry two wives, right? Do you still want the tycoons like Hong Kong Island and Macau to marry a few couples? That is the capitalist dross. Oh, in fact, it sounds good, so I have a few daughter-in-laws, and there will be more grandchildren in the future. That is, family conflicts are not handled well, and then there will be troubles in property disputes. Luzixin said with a black line and said, Mom, you are enough, and then Lenovo, you can edit and play a show. Oh, Shenman waved. Don't tell you, I went shopping with Grace in the afternoon. You are busy with you. Oh, yes, your dad has something to tell you, you will go find him. Yeah, Luzixin nodded. Luzixin went to the study room. Dad Luyu was studying philosophy in the study. Since the family had no worries, and his money was too much to spend, his interest shifted to philosophy. He often went out with people to go to health and other places. For this kind of thing, Luzixin has always kept non-interference and has no objection. Anyway, this hobby has no negative impact. Dad, are you looking for me? Luzixin entered the study and asked. Yeah, Luyu put down a hardcover ancient philosophical book and said, sit. Do you still remember your uncle? Luyu asked. Luzixin recalled for a while and said, you Bobo, is the boss of your former company. Yes, it is him, Yu Lang. Luyu nodded. Luzixin knows who it was. In the past, his father Luyu had been working in a logistics company, mainly doing management and scheduling work. Before Luzixin did not establish a red-letter company, Luyu was there for more than 10 years. Actually the old staff. The boss of the logistics company, called Yu Lang, is 4 years older than Luyu, and is a fat man with a good face. Luzixin, when he was a child, he often went to work where Luyu worked. Yu Lang liked to tease him. This boss is still better. He often stays in their own home to eat, or take care of one or two. When Luzixin's grandfather died, he had a serious illness, and a large part of the medical expenses was still loaned to Luyu. So Luzixin had a good impression of him. What happened to you, Bobo? Luzixin asked. His logistics company is going to close down, Luyu said. If you have to retired, you will hand over the company to his son. As a result, his son had no experience, was pitted, spent millions to go into a new product that is said to be imported from abroad, and sold it in He County. As a result, the goods were bought, and they were found to be fake, and fake complaints. The industrial and commercial department seized the seal, and the sellers ran away. They are now being taken away and destroyed, and they have to lose money. The company can't keep going. End of this chapter. The Black Technology Chat Group of the 10,000 Realms. Author, Huo Dong. Chapter 438. 438 Chapter 438 Chapter Laolu. Chapter 438 Chapter Laolu. So what do you mean, borrow money to give them a turnaround, or what? Luzixin asked. It's not borrowing money, Luyu continued. The little logistics company that they have long had not eaten, now it's all supply chain management, the Internet of Things, and it won't be open sooner or later. If you are uncle, just ask me to inquire now what industry is good to do. He wants to sell the company's trucks and warehouses, and wants to change careers. I wonder, people have also pulled our home before, now we have the ability, but also pull others, right? Luzixin nodded and said, this is no problem. There are many industries that make money, that is, I don't know, you Bobo can do what they do. With the information and resources he now has, I want to point to a small entrepreneur. It is not too simple. I know a little about their company. I will tell you. Luyu said that he has been working in Yulang for so many years, he is clear about the business of Yulang. After some conversation, Luzixin got a general understanding. He thought for a while and said, Dad, this way, I will tell you an opportunity. If you Bobo asks you, tell him if he lives, it is his luck, can't hold it, I also know way. Good. Luyu nodded and said, if he asks me, I will say that. A few days later, He County Hotel, Yu Lang took his son early, and several business friends went to the place to book a banquet. Dad, is it necessary? This is 7 o'clock in the morning, you told me to come over and eat at 12 o'clock, Yukang's son Yukong said, yawning. Since last night, Yu Lang has been telling him that what he must do today is to eat with the leaders of the county. He has not been so careful. Yu Lang is holding a beer belly, his face is round and his hair is sparse, and his son Yukong looks like him, and he is equally blessed with a pair of smart glasses. Yukong is still a high school student. He graduated from a top-ranking university and has a high self-sustaining attitude. He always feels that his father's management and management methods are not advanced. Therefore, as soon as the company that took over Yulang, the reform began, from the goods to the logistics method, the result was less than half a year, and the company was beaten. Yulang's face warned repeatedly, "You must remember what you said, the son of Lao Lu's family is now incredible, the county magistrate is eating with him, and he is not necessarily able to make an appointment. If people are willing to pull you, you will develop, understand. Fortunately, my friendship with Lao Lu is good, he is willing to help me. You must pay attention when you talk, don't offend others." "You have said it for dozens of times," I remember, Yukong said, and remembered, but he did not agree. Lu Yu's son, he has not seen it before. He used to work in his home in the summer vacation and went to a garbage university. Now listening to his dad said that Lu Zixan did a good job in the Hongxing group. He had a net worth, built a big villa and bought a private jet. He was still wondering how Lu Zixan suddenly developed. Moreover, he does not think that Lu Yu can help. First of all, his son is not necessarily willing to help, is to help, their industry is different, how to help. Yulang's business friends also asked, "Is Lao Lu talking about it?" "People are now speaking more than we are," Yulang said. "Wait." Lu Yu arrived on time, and Yulang personally came to the hotel parking lot to meet. Upon arriving at the parking lot, Yulang saw that Lu Yu opened a car he had never seen before, and he did not sit in the driver's seat. "Peng Yun, what brand of car is this?" Yulang does not care what is unmanned, nor does it brush microblogging. Peng Yun's car was not officially sold, so he did not know. "Lao Lu, come, today is a good spirit, these days have been raised," Yulang said with a smile. Fortunately, now pay more attention to the maintenance of the body," Lu Yu said. "Old you better have time to exercise, older and more sick." "I think too, now I walk every day, this weight can't be lowered. The dishes are ready, I am looking for someone to bring a good wine, go up and say," Yulang greeted. There was a group of people waiting in the luxury private room of the hotel. "Uncle Lu is good," Yukong stood up and greeted. Hello. A few friends of Yulang also said hello in the past. These people are some of the bosses of He County. They have considerable assets, and several of them also know Lu Yu. They asked some good emoticon that it was unnatural, because in the past, Lu Yu gave them greetings, and now, in turn, some are not used to it. Hello. Lu Yu enjoys this feeling and is valued by people. This kind of self-immobilized chopsticks, others will not dare to eat first. "Sit, everyone is sitting," Lu Yu said, just starting to eat, inevitably, like a friendship. After 3 rounds of drinking, Yulang transferred the topic to his company. He sighed and said, "I have been doing business for decades, I have to retire, and I have such a thing, the planting is too embarrassing, I really didn't expect it." Referring to this, Yukong looked ashamed and said, "Dad, I will remember this lesson, I will definitely earn this money back." "How do you earn? I have told you long ago that doing business is not about reading the knowledge on the books or on the internet, the knowledge inside is very good," Yulang directly taught him, "if you listen to me early, then not being deceived. Eat a meal, grow a smart, I am looking for a bank loan, come back again," Yukong said. "This is not a problem of loans and no loans," Lu Yu shook his head. "Can money be loaned back, can credit be credited back? He County is such a small place, your reputation is broken, who is still looking for your home to purchase?" Yukong didn't talk, and he really couldn't solve this problem. "Lao Lu, I heard that your son has a good ability, can you give us a trick?" a boss asked. He is Shen Kuoqiang, one of Yulang's partners. In the logistics company, he has 5% shares. Lu Yu took a bite and said, "In my opinion, Your logistics company should not do it again. You are too traditional to keep up with the times and will be eliminated sooner or later. After Lu Yu finished, Shen Qiaqiang and others were still a little dissatisfied. When they were the bosses, Lu Yu was still a wage earner. Now actually say that they are out of date, to be eliminated. Now the logistics are developing in intelligent management, such as unmanned logistics freight cars, logistics drones, and intelligent warehouses. You are doing traditional logistics, and the risks are high. You have to pay for the driver's expenses and warehouse management fees. Not competitive, Lu Yu said, all Luzixan analyzed for him. End of this chapter. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. The Black Technology Chat Group of the 10,000 Realms. Author, Huo Dong. Chapter 439. 439. Chapter 439 is full of mouth running train. Chapter 439. Full mouth running train. This is what I said, Yu Lang said, but that is all the future. Our small company, it is enough to do this. Yukong, Shen Qiaqiang, and others are nodding, and their small logistics companies do some daily transportation. If you upgrade what smart warehouse management, drones or something, then the cost cannot afford, they do not understand. The intelligent IoT system is what large logistics companies can do. In this case, then I still have an idea. Lu Yu asked, do you know Penjiun driverless car? I don't know the driverless car, it is the kind of car with assisted driving, hundreds of thousands, 100,000. Yu Lang said, do you want to buy a car? Dad, it's not that kind, it's Penjiun's fully automobile driving car. Yukong, the young man knows a little more, he explained, Penjiun's fully automatic driving car, you don't need people to drive, you can drive it yourself, and better than the driver opened. What, is there such a car, is it going to happen? Yu Lang was surprised. No, that car is very safe, Yukong said. I heard that the Traffic Management Bureau has issued a license to get the car on the road. Yes, this is the car, Lu Yu nodded. I came here with this car, it is convenient, safe, and comfortable. Is that car just now? I said. No wonder I didn't see you driving. Yu Lang wanted to understand the problem. I want to say this is this, Lu Yu continued, now this car will be on sale in the market soon, this is a big market, if you are willing to give up, take out tens of millions to invest, open what about 4 stores? Lu Yu said that. Yu Lang's heart jumped, did the news say to his son? If yes, that is a big business opportunity. Thousands of millions, it is not necessarily so much money to sell our company, Yukong repeatedly shook his head. Transformation of the Carrefour store, or a new brand, Lao Lu, this risk is not worse than buying stocks. Shen Qiaqiang felt that this is too unreliable, he thought that Lu Yu can give advice on what logistics companies. Lu Yu said seriously, old Yu, you and I have had friendship for so many years, will I hang you? You believe it, don't believe it, just take it. I only remind you that the traditional logistics company will soon be replaced by intelligent logistics company. It has been reported a few days ago, that is, the Yinjiang Logistics with logistics drones, recently invested billions with Penjiun Automobile. We will develop an unmanned logistics freight car. You think about it, when it is all unmanned, will your logistics company still open? As for the fours, sales service, store of Penjiun Automobile, I heard that I have just started to recruit dealers. The requirements are not so high, I only need tens of millions of funds after training and review. If it is a few months, when Penjiun Automobile officially went on sale, I want to do this again, I am afraid I will have no chance. This, you said, it makes sense, but this thing, the span is too big, I have to think about it. Yu Lang didn't know how to decide for a while, tens of millions, and sold his current company. More, I have to go to a bank loan. Yukong's first reaction was not to believe, but when he thought about it, he frowned again. Can't do it, this is what we played, Several friends of Yu Lang immediately vetoed and said, take out tens of millions to sell the car, it is better to continue to do the logistics company, relying on the previous old customers can still slowly start their business. The car of this brand has never heard of it. What kind of driver is still driving and can't sell it? Isn't the investment completely ruined? Lao Lu, you are giving us an idea, you are drinking too much. They don't all believe it, and it doesn't matter how it sounds. Lu Yu smiled and said, I can only say so much. Lao Yu, you think clearly. If it is okay, I will go back first. Yu Lang asked him for help. He said that a big business opportunity has been fulfilled. As for whether Yu Lang can grasp it, he still has to look at himself. After Lu Yu left, a group of people are still discussing this matter. The owner of a river county said, this Lu Yu, Bai invited him to dinner, said it is equal to not saying. Yeah, this man is running a train full of mouth, also said that our logistics company will definitely not open. The person next to him shook his head. Shen Qiaqiang stood up and said, forget it, I didn't have any hope in the beginning. I really want to have the opportunity to make money. Can people tell us what else to open an unmanned car shop? You have to invest tens of millions, not tens of thousands. Who dares to play? Yu Lang is still thinking and saying, Lao Lu is not such a person. It used to be quite reliable. Before, it was before, now people make big money, and their mentality is different. He has lost tens of millions of dollars at home, we can't afford it, Shen Qiaqiang said. Penjiun unmanned cars have to go on sale. When Yukong remembered chatting with friends, many friends mentioned that if the car is sold, they will buy one. He thought at the time that this kind of car might be very popular. Now, some people say that the Force shop of the Penjiun Cloud unmanned car, he immediately has some intentions, but the conditions are too harsh, he has no experience, so it is very tangled. After returning home, Yukong also went to check the information and asked some friends about Penyun's driverless car. Dad, do you say that Lu Shushu said something is reliable? Yukong asked. Hey, don't think about it, or find a way to restore the logistics company to normal, Yu Lang sighed. Dad, Lu Shushu, his son, is really the core figure of the Hongxing Group, Yukong asked. I found that Penjiun Automobile is a wholly owned subsidiary of Hongxing Group. If he really has the right to speak, maybe you know something inside. Of course, you didn't see his family's villas or planes. I heard that the whole villa area is the asset of his family. It's less worth mentioning the billions. If it is not the core figure, there can be so much money. Yu Lang said. It is useless to say that, even if his son is the core figure of the Hongxing Group, you can't guarantee that the driverless car will definitely be sold out. Actually, I think, I can give it a try. Yukong heard his father's words and suddenly got excited. No one of the products sold by Hongxing Group is not hot, especially this time, the fully automatic driving car. Before there is a lot of fire on the internet, many people want to be dealers without a chance. This time Lu Shushu told us that there is definitely a way to help us apply for dealer qualification. Dad, this is a chance for us to turn over and make big money. End of this chapter. The Black Technology Chat Group of the 10,000 Realms. Author, Huo Dong. Chapter 440. 440 Chapter 440 Chapter Yu Family Father and Son's Decision. Chapter 440 Chapter Yu Family's Decision. That is to say, tens of millions, Yu Lang sighed. If it is lost, how long will it take to turn over? Dad, it's not that you have been jealous of me before. Do you want to seize the opportunity? Now that the opportunity is coming, you are hesitating. Yukong persuaded. This time I will definitely not invest blindly, first investigate. Well, then I will ask more questions. In these few days I will be cheeky again and look for you, Uncle Lu. Yu Lang nodded. A few days later, Yu Lang invited several business partners to the hotel to eat the meal. Old Yu, you have to think clearly, several friends even persuaded. This is not a trivial matter. You have been doing business for decades, and said that the change will be changed. The risk is great. Yes, Shen Qiaqiang said, old you, my brother really advises you to think again. I am doing business with you, not a year or two, although we don't earn much, we are winning, small profits but quick turnover. If you listen to that Lu Yu, you may have to pay for the old age money, unmanned driving, it is not reliable. Several uncles and uncles Yukong said, we have carefully investigated, this Penjiun Carrefour store has great potential. Now there is no official in the country, the number of places cannot be grabbed. This time if there is Lu Shushu to help, get a Penjiun Carrefour store qualification, then the entire Jiangbei province, cannot find a few, business is absolutely good, this is the trend of the times. There is a saying how to come, standing on the vent, that is, the pig can fly. Now this is the next vent of the automotive industry, just we have a place to stand. How can a few uncles and uncles work together? After Yukong Gang finished, Shen Qiaqiang screamed at him, we are pigs, should we fly on the air? This is your brat's bad idea, it is not enough to lose millions of lessons before I see that your father's hard-working old man has been paid for by you. Yukong was stunned and couldn't speak. Yu Lang said at this time, you don't say him, this is my idea. I have been doing logistics for decades and have not seen any money in those years. Those who dare to invest and dare to work hard, how many, have you made a name for yourself? I also believe in Lao Lu. In the past few years, the relatives of Lu family have not all come up, that Lu Yu's younger brother, who is the deputy director of the bureau, the son of Lu Yu's brother, how big is the engineering work? You don't want to persuade, I have already decided. Sell all the company's cars and warehouses, then borrow from the bank, go to Penjiun Automobile Company to study, apply for the qualification of this Penjiun Ford store. If you work together, I will warmly welcome, if you don't want to, let's make the accounts clear and separate. After Yu Lang finished, everyone was silent. Hey, in this case, then we have nothing to say. Account it. Shen Qiaqiang and others did not want to go to the Yulang family to go to the partnership. In their view, the risk of this matter has reached 99% or more. In an emerging industry, 99% will die very badly, leaving 1%, and only a small part of it survives. After the matter was settled, several people still sighed after Yu family and his son left. Everyone is old, dare to fight like this. Look, it will take a few months, Lao will regret it. That Lu Yu is really not reliable, so big things dare to pack tickets. It's just to open an ordinary Ford store. We can also support it. What is driverless and unmanned, is it driving? How can someone buy such a car? Half a month later, Yu family and his son had already done everything, and went to Pengcheng Penjiun Automobile Co., Limited for training. Lu Yu was still worried. He asked Lu Zixin and asked, son, do you say that this really makes money? You are too old, and this time you borrowed millions. If you can't make money, this is also too bad. Dad, don't worry, Lu Zixin said proudly. Yu Bobo has the courage to open the business. As long as they don't commit their own crimes, they will definitely make money. The so-called one person got the word, the chicken and the dog went up to heaven, and everyone who Lu Zixin had pulled was now at least a small rich man. For example, the qualification of the Sungsun store of Penjiun driverless car, if Yu family and his son apply, because they have limited funds, 4% can't get it. It is not because of friendship, they can get it. You can earn it. You don't know, your dad's old friends are watching, Shenman said. Before you have uncles about our family. If you can't make it back, everyone will have to go back. Speak badly. Do not worry, Lu Zixin said with a smile, you give them clear, obey the law, abide by the company's rules and regulations, and if you can't make money, I will pay for their store. 2 months later, Jiangbei Province, Yizhu City. This is the second city in Jiangbei's economic development, second only to the provincial capital Zhongcheng. Because Zhongcheng already has 2 Ford stores of Penjiun Automobile, the Ford store of Penjiun Automobile, which Yu family and his son have opened up for money, is located in Yazoo City, and it is the only one in Yazoo. In Yazoo Automobile City, all brands of car sales service stores are located here, domestic, Japanese, American, German, etc., all the bigger car brands, there are basically here. Every day, cars are coming and going, and the car sales managers wearing neat uniforms are staring at every customer who enters and exits, wanting to sell their own cars. Penjayun driverless car sales service shop is the latest Carrefour store opened here. Just opened today, there are various flower baskets, hanging banners, and the latest projection. Congratulations. Old you, congratulations, congratulations, the opening of the new store. Some of the business partners in He County have come to congratulate Yu Lang and Yu Kang's store opening. Once here, they found out that this is different from other places. The entire Four store is designed with a sense of science and technology. It looks like a circular UFO base, and the car can be driven directly into the venue through the underground passage. In the store, there are virtual projection technologies everywhere, projecting various models, even simulation driving experience machines, simulation car loading, intelligent fault detection and other high-level science and technology settings that Four stores have never seen before. Old you are very good at decorating this store. I have visited those Four stores, and you are not beautiful, the function is still so much, a boss said with emotion. Yu Lang laughed haha and said, I don't understand these, they are all designed by the head office. You see, there are a lot of functional areas here, which are unique to our company. End of this chapter.